Bout Time with Rashawn's Bout Time Boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. What's up to my Bout Time Boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang? Thank you to every single one of y'all who has been rocking with me, taking out the time to watch my videos, like my videos, share my videos, and leave the comments. Man, listen, I truly appreciate each and every single one of y'all that rock with me, and I mean that from the heart. I appreciate y'all. If you have not already subscribed to the channel and you're watching this video or any of my videos for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. And then hit that notification bell so you can stay up on the latest with Rashawn's Bout Time Boxing. All right, so March 25th, it's my father's birthday. Rest in peace, Pop. Caleb Plant and David Benavidez. Now, it's a lot being said, you know, about how they think the fight is going to go. Who's the better fighter? You know, and I've watched a lot of different videos of different people, giving their point of views on this fight and how they think it's going to go. But even more so than that, I watch the fighters. I watch their interviews, watch their fights, and try to pick up as much, as I possibly can, just with the promos and everything, pertaining, to this, to this particular fight, March 25th, Showtime pay-per-view. And, it seems like David Benavidez he's extremely emotionally charged. Whereas though Caleb Plant looked like he's just, like calm. Some people may say he looks scared. I don't think Caleb Plant ever looks scared, and I don't think he is scared. I do think that there's a nervousness there, an angst that comes with, being involved with big fights. It happens when you're involved in big fights, especially if you're fighting on levels that you've never, been on before. Caleb Plant got his first taste of being on that level when he fought Canelo. David Benavidez has never been there yet. Just like Floyd Mayweather said, a lot of people talk until they get up underneath them lights. He said fighting on pay-per-view is a whole different level. It's a whole different level. And he said when those lights come on, things, you know what I mean? That's when you find out who's made of what. Now, I'm not saying that David Benavidez is incapable of rising to this occasion. I'm not saying that at all. Because I like David Benavidez. I like Caleb Plant too. And Caleb Plant, surprisingly to me, I'm just saying in my opinion, he's a huge underdog. And the reason why I think Caleb Plant is a huge underdog is because everybody's looking at the fact that Caleb Plant has 13 knockouts and Benavidez has 10 more knockouts than he do. He has 23 knockouts, 26-0 with 23 knockouts, and Plant is 22-1 with 13 knockouts. In most cases, in some cases, I would probably say it mattered depending on the fighters and the caliber of the fighters. But in this case, the fact that Caleb Plant has 13 knockouts, it doesn't matter. Because I'm telling you, if Team Benavidez is basing their victory on the fact that he has 23 knockouts, and the fact that Benavidez says he's hurt everybody he's been in the ring with, but he has been dropped. He has been dropped. So a lot of people would say his chin is suspect. Caleb Plant has been, he was stopped by Canelo. Yes, he was. And even when Benavidez was like, oh, well, Canelo beat your ass, you got stopped by Canelo. But when Canelo fought Benavidez, Canelo had a loss. So, winning, losing, you can't accept winning if you can't accept losing. Sometimes you can't win them all. Everybody can't retire undefeated. You know what I'm saying? You can't, how can I say this? You can't beat Canelo like Floyd Mayweather did, because you're not Floyd Mayweather. And you can't beat Caleb Plant the way Canelo did, because you're not Canelo. And those of y'all who see where I'm going, y'all understand. I know y'all following me. And the reason Canelo beat Caleb Plant, not even so much is because Canelo was the better fighter. Not saying that he's not as good or better than Caleb Plant, but Canelo beat Caleb Plant because he was patient. Y'all don't believe me? Watch the fight. Caleb Plant was gun shy. There were open shots where he could have taken shots and he didn't. There was times he was gun shy. That's what they call it. If you ever been in the gym training, you ever hear the word gun shy, those of y'all who've been in the gym who boxed before, y'all know what I'm talking about. Caleb Plant, and he was also gun shy. So Canelo was patient, kept the pressure on him. But Caleb Plant was also gun shy. But I feel like Caleb Plant has overcome that too as well. And everybody, can try to discredit his knockout win over Anthony Durrell, but it was a spectacular knockout. And I do believe that Caleb Plant does have power. But if a person's chin is suspect, 5 pounds of pressure is all it takes. Anybody can get hit and get knocked down. So my point is that David Benavidez can't go into his team, can't go into this fight, one, emotionally charged, as I stated earlier. He can't go into this fight emotionally charged. And he can't go into this fight feeling like, I'm going to beat Caleb Plant because I got more knockouts. And if David Benavidez go into that ring carrying that anger, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that he has more knockouts, that could work against him. That could be his downfall. Now, for David Benavidez, he can use that anger, he can use that to his advantage, but he's going to have to be patient. He can't go in there overwhelmed, angry, like, oh, I'm just going to walk him down. Because even in the press conference, Benavidez said it's a boxer versus pressure fighter. Now, Caleb Plant can't allow David Benavidez to cut the ring off and to keep the pressure on him. And Caleb Plant is going to have to keep the fight in the middle of the ring. And he's going to have to keep turning Benavidez. He's going to have to frustrate him. Because now, and if Caleb Plant, and if his team is telling him, like, listen, he's already angry. He's already frustrated. And he's going to bring all that into the ring. Use that against him. Use it against Benavidez. He's going to come in there angry, frustrated. He just going to come in there, he going to want to, fully charged. He going to want to knock your head off. Now, if he come in there like that, he going to burn himself out. Especially if he talking about knock him out by the 6th round. So that means from bell one, he going to come in there just trying to walk Caleb Plant down. Now, being strategic, or having a good strategy on Caleb Plant's part, the strategical thing to do would be use the ring. Now, some people may say, oh, he running. Smart fighters is not going to stand there and exchange with a pressure fighter, because pressure fighters come forward. They can't fight backing up, and they don't have defense. Pressure fighters are always thinking offense. And you can't have that mindset against a well-rounded fighter like Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant can box. He can fight backing up. He got angles. Now, Benavidez has fast hand speed. He has good combinations. And I feel like, he's going to try to cut the ring off and get Caleb on the ropes and then just try to hurry up and whoa, and try to wing his shots. Because even when Canelo fought Benavidez, you see Canelo was telegraphing every punch. He was trying to sit on every shot. Whop, whop. He was trying to sit on every punch. And he was trying to do that early. He was patient. That's why he was, kept his gloves high, kept walking to kept walking to Caleb Plant. And every time he saw an opening or thought he had opportunity, he tried to sit on every shot. Because he knew that it would pay dividends later in the fight. And it did. It slowed Caleb Plant down. The body shots, mixing the punches up, downstairs, upstairs, took the steam out of him. Weakened his legs, slowed him down. Now, Canelo was able to walk him down later in the fight. But not discrediting David Benavidez as a fighter. He's not the fighter that Canelo is. Because Canelo can also box. David Benavidez walks forward. Y'all can watch his fights. I tell you, I like David Benavidez too. So I don't want nobody to think I'm trying to discredit him or taking any shots at him. He's undefeated for a reason. He has 23 knockouts for a reason. And that's because everybody he's been in the ring with, he's been able to make them fight his type of fight. And that's where he gained the advantage. But sometimes he can get careless. And if you look at when he gets some people on the ropes and he starts throwing the shots, sometimes he squares himself up. If you square yourself up and somebody can catch you with a punch that looked like nothing. When he got knocked down by Graville, that's what happened. He was squared up. Graville just caught him with a shot that sat him down. He wasn't hurt. Benavidez wasn't hurt, but it was just that amateurish mistake that he made. You can never square yourself up. And if he square up against Caleb Plant, is going to take advantage of it. And his trainer, Stephen Breadman Edwards, is going to see all that. Because from bell one, the only thing he's going to be looking at, everything David Benavidez does wrong. He's not going to be looking at what Caleb Plant is doing right or what he's doing wrong. He's going to be looking at what everything Benavidez is doing wrong. So in between the rounds, if y'all think what I'm saying is not true, watch in between the fight. Watch in between the rounds. Listen to what Stephen Brett, listen to how attention to detail. Listen to how detailed he's going to be with giving Caleb Plant his instructions based on his observation of David Benavidez in between the rounds and the mistakes that he's making. He did the same thing with Anthony Durrell. Told Caleb Plant, no, listen, be patient. He said he angry, he mad, he gonna make a mistake. Don't feed into what he doing. That's why Anthony Durrell got knocked out. Look at their press conference. I'm gonna beat his ass, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna F you, I don't like you, all blah, 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 all that. He was angry. And he brought that anger in the ring. And he just thought he was gonna walk Caleb Plant down. And what did he say? Canelo smacked your ass and you ain't do nothing. Blah, 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 blah. He thought it was going to be a repeat of that. And because he went in there, you know what I'm saying? On some angry stuff and he was mad. He was emotional. You know what I'm saying? He brought it in there and he made a mistake. And Caleb Plant was patient. He listened to his trainer. Stephen Edwards saw that the whole time. Listen, man, he coming in the fight angry. He ain't even going to be able to think. He going to be so angry. He ain't even going to be able to think. And I'm telling y'all, listen, if y'all look at from the first press conference, listen to David Benavidez. But I'm going to tell y'all, in the final press conference, Caleb Plant got in his head. I could see it in his face. Caleb Plant got in his head. especially when he put his hand up to his throat, like where his jugular touched him on the face, and you know what I mean? David Benavidez just kind of like pushed him back, but all that stuff Benavidez was saying in the beginning, he toned all that down in the final press conference. Caleb Plant, and you can now you can see that. Now you can see that look in Caleb Plant's eyes, like, yeah, it's real for you now. Now you see how real it is. So that's what I'm telling y'all. Don't count Caleb Plant out. And don't think he can't stop or knock out David Benavidez in this fight. Don't think that he can't. Caleb Plant was 167 and what, a quarter or something like that. Benavidez was 166. He was 166. I don't know. Gotta wonder, did he drain himself out in this camp? Said he been on weight the whole week, but I'm telling you, when you in that ring, it's a whole different situation underneath them lights. This is pay-per-view. This ain't no regular. But like I said before, Benavidez cannot go into the ring emotionally charged, angry, you know what I mean, anxious, because he's not going to be able to think. He's not going to be able to execute his plan, because he's thinking knockout, 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 knockout. Now I got to try to show everybody that I'm going to break his jaw. I'm going to lay him. They got to pick him up off the mat. I got to try to get this done by the 6th round. You know how much energy you can exert, especially if you come into the ring angry, and you feel like you got to try to knock this person out by a certain round just so you could prove your point. You know how much energy you can exert, especially if you missing shots. But Caleb Plant is going to have to keep that fight in the middle of the ring. He can't allow Benavidez to back him up and get his back on the ropes, because that's where Benavidez is going to get off at. In the middle of the ring, he's not going to do too much. And even though he has the height, and maybe the reach advantage, Benavidez has not mastered how to use that to his advantage yet. He hasn't. And that's not a knock towards him. Because you always hear fighters say, after every fight, I could do more. I still got work to do. It's just, you always got stuff to work on. There's nothing wrong with that. But he has not learned how to master using his height and his reach to his advantage, to the point that he can keep a fight in the middle of the ring without having to, follow him around or cut the ring off or try to get him against the ropes, just so he can showcase his hand speed and because that's the only time he really do that. But then he makes the mistake of squaring up when he does. Caleb Plant paid his dues. That loss to Canelo woke him up. And this is a different level for Benavidez, not for Caleb Plant. And I wasn't going to give up. Listen, drop the comments in the comment section below, and y'all give me y'all predictions on who y'all think is going to win this fight. Drop the comments in the comment section below and let me know who y'all think is going to win. Y'all got Benavidez winning by knockout? I got Caleb Plant winning by decision. I see this fight going 12 rounds. Somebody going to get hurt in this fight? Maybe. But it's not going to be as easy for David Benavidez as he thinks. Pressure fighters always have problems with boxers. It's a fact. And again, if Caleb Plant decides to step to Benavidez and back him up, you know what I mean? But it would be smarter strategic for either one, to tie him up. Get yourself reset if you need to. Get your shots off. Keep the fight in the middle of the ring. Tie him up. Get reset. So Caleb Plant has to keep the fight in the middle of the ring. Caleb Plant has to pressure. Caleb Plant, like I said, Plant has to keep the fight in the middle of the ring. Benavidez has to pressure Plant and get him against the ropes in order for him to be as effective as he wants to be, or if he expects to get that knockout. But I don't see this fight ending in the 6th round. So, but this is all I got for now. Again, you know, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Donate to the channel. Please donate to the channel. You know, it's all greatly appreciated. Cash App is Rashan, is money sign, of course. Capital letters, Rashan's Bout Time Boxing, BOXIN. I appreciate and love each and every one of y'all. Thank you.